To understand more about methods, for example, methods that take variable arguments, the init methods and different overrides and overloading of them, we need to understand some other things. The iteration loops, decision loops, comparison operators. So first of all, let's start with a decision statement. King of them all, the if statement, that you will be using a lot and different variations of it. With an if statement, there will be comparison statements, so we'll combine them both. This is the customer.m file, right? Let's start right there. We have married. So if somebody was married, we want to do one thing, otherwise we want to do something else. How do we make those kind of decisions? So I'm going to take this variable, we have already made one, married, if it's of type boolean, and married equal to true. Now if statement that goes like this: if you have a condition, and when you are working with a boolean statement, all you do is put in the name of the variable right here, and you see right here you get automatically it puts in the curly braces for you, and we'll just take nslog. Oh, let me try again. And say hard-coded string. You know how we do that? Like that. It'll spit out married. Let's run it and see what it does. There was a breakpoint. There you go. It spit out married. Now let me make a change. Customer.m, I'm gonna find my way back in there. I'm gonna set married equal to false. Run it again. And I should not see married. You see, between 29 and I am in the make purchase. It said married before, now nothing. Let us set a breakpoint right there and run it. I'm gonna step over it. You see, it just skipped the whole thing that's in between the brackets because married is false. So that's how you work with Boolean variables. Let me throw in one more thing right here. Exclamation mark. If I put the exclamation mark right there, it has special meaning. It says not married. True becomes false, and false becomes true. For example, if it says true right there, and I run it, what are you expecting it to say? So you skipped over it, even though married is true, because the exclamation point made true false. So you read it as, if not married, you do this. Now what if you want, well, if married do this, says married, else say not married. Well, you just come right here and say else, copy and paste right there, call it unmarried. Skip. I'm going to step over it. If married, do this, else do that. So what are you expecting? I'm expecting the line 23 to be executed. No. If not married, then it will. You see, this is by using this debugger you can better understand what's going on. If married, do this, else don't do that. It's going to skip over the else. You see it skip over line 23. Now if I was to reverse the logic, if not married, then the other way, it'll be the other way around. See, now else block is getting executed. Now let's look at, what if you have an integer value and you say, okay, well, if it's 1, do this, if it's 2, do that, else, and different kind of variations of it. So we have a variable called age. So let's set age to 1. By the way, single equal to sign is the assignment operator. You're assigning a value of 1 to age. So here we go. That's how you do that. If age equal 1, say 1, else if age equals 2 equals two equal signs, that's the comparison operator. Two. Now think about it for a second. If it's 1, it'll do say 1. If it's 2, it'll say 2. What if it's 3? Well, if you don't care about it, you just leave it like that. If you do want to catch all other situations, what you do is you type another else. And you say none of the above. So I'm going to run this and see what it'll do. Age equal to 1, it'll spit out 1 right there, and it'll skip over this block and this block. By the way, within curly within braces is a block. One more thing I like to throw in there: if you have just one line of statement, you can get by without these curly braces, but it's good practice to put them in for clarity. So you might see some examples where there are no curly braces. You know what's going on, but you do want curly braces in there. And if you were to say if age equal to 3, you just keep repeating else if, else if, else if, and the else should be the last one. So that's your decision number 1. Decision statement. Right here, let me throw some other things in there. We have seen the comparison operator, equality, equal. There's also a less than, if age is less than 1. There's also a less than equal to 1. There's a greater than 1, greater than equal to 1, and not equal to goes like this. Exclamation mark, not equal, means age is not equal to 1. So there are some of the other comparison operators. Now let me introduce to you ternary operator. And it goes like this. You have a variable on this side, you have an equal sign, then here is the ternary operator. Within parentheses you have something that can return true or false, a comparison, anything. I have 1 equal 1. It's doing a comparison. Is 1 equal to 1? Yes. If it's true, take the first one right there, 15 assigned to age, else take 16 assigned to age. So if I was to run this program right here, I'm going to set a breakpoint. And there you go. So age has been assigned 15 at this point. I'm going to change this and make it 1 equal, is 1 equal to 2 comparison. Is 1 equal to 2? No. So I'm expecting 16. Age is 16, and there you go. So that's the ternary operator. The same thing can be done with an if statement, but as you become more proficient in Objective-C, you may want to do in some situations a shortcut, and that'll be your good best friend there. So please note the question mark, semicolon, and the other statement I like to make is that instead of 1, of course, you'll have a variable on the left side and variable on the right side of this comparison operator. 1 and 2 are of course hard-coded in your programs. You'll be comparing variables. As things happen, things will change. They'll be more dynamic. I'm sorry, I said semicolon. It's a colon right here.